My name is Benji, and by the request of my publisher, I've been doing a book tour through the Country of Skyrim. Today marks day 4, and to be honest, it was kind of awesome. Where do we start? Well, I started in Helgen. That's where I started on this book tour. I don't really know how I got there, but from Helgen I went to Riverwood. They were like, oh, you got attacked by a dragon.
What's going on? And who's this? Okay.
Dragon Helgen, that's crazy. You gotta tell the people at Whiterun. I was like, I'm going there anyways. Went to Whiterun. The Jarl hears I've been a part of this dragon attack. Immediately is like, you're a dragon expert. I'm like, no, I'm not. Doesn't really matter. He sends me to Bleak Falls Bear. Not pretty. Not proud of it. Not what I thought I was doing today. Like in their chainmail, they were cool. Spent yesterday with a bunch of undead people fighting for my life. Was crazy. Not a great day. Today, however, was pretty cool. Decided I was going to go back to Whiterun. I was like, all right, well, I did the thing he asked me to do, so maybe now I can, continue with the book tour. Maybe I can sell my books. And so I start hiking back. I kind of like exited out of the wrong side of the mountain, so I had to kind of go around the mountain to get back to Whiterun. And I got a little scared for a while because I was like, one, it's really foggy, kind of creepy out here, and two, like every time I squat, it says something sees me. Something did see me. It turns out one of the rats from the crypt had followed out of the tunnel with me and was like biting me from behind, and I didn't realize. But anyways, took care of the rat, approached a cabin I thought was abandoned, turns out was not. There was a very pleasant woman there named Denise.
Get away from me.
And, said hi to her. Moved on my way. Went back to Whiterun. Did sell some of my books actually that day. Said, you know what? Let's visit the shops. Let's see what we can get our who we can give our books to. Who wants to put their hands on the books. I think I sold about 5 copies of them. I went to a place owned by a woman named Arcadia. Thought for sure I could sell her some of my books. And I also did buy a cure disease potion from her because she said I looked very sick, and I know that I did contract a couple of things. So, I bought that and tried to sell her one of my books. She didn't want any of them. She did, however, buy a skull off of me, which was concerning, mostly because I didn't know I had a skull on me. When did I pick that up? That's a weird thing to carry on your person. So definitely gave the skull up. Did not want the skull. I drank the cure disease potion. Changed nothing about me. Not so sure that Skyrim has a sound medical system in place. But hey, maybe neither do we. Continued on. I said, all right, let's go talk to this Whiterun Jarl. Let's go, hash everything out. Make sure he's good and he knows what's up. Gave the stone over to the city mage. I guess that's a legitimate position here. I'm reanimating wolf spirits, so okay.
My employers.
The Dragon Stone of Bleak Falls Barrow. Seems you are a cut above the usual brutes the Jarl sends my way.
Fine. And then all of a sudden they're like, guys, another dragon was sighted.
A dragon's been sighted nearby.
I'm like, dang, I came to Skyrim at the wrong time. This was, I don't know what season this is, but it's not the season I wanted to come here. I'll have to talk to my publisher. If we come back to this place, it's going to have to be under very different circumstances, right? And so the Jarl's like, all right, everybody, team huddle. Let's go out there. Let's go fight the dragon. And I'm like, oh, cool, you're going to go fight the dragon. He's like, oh, I'm not going. And the mage is like, I'm not going either, actually. Mostly it's just you and a couple of guards that we have on hand. And I'm like, okay, all right, fine. So I run out to the location and that they tell me to go to. I'm like, I don't see anything. Okay, and then eventually the guards show up and things start to make sense. And no dragon yet, but that doesn't last very long. Turns out he's up there. So we're all looking up in the sky. We're kind of losing our minds. I did buy a book off of Farengar, so that was cool. He bought a couple of my shorter essays, some of my comics, those kinds of things. So it was a good, it was a good exchange that took place. It was a conjure familiar Atronach. It's kind of like a spirit of fire, I guess. Summoned that bad boy, which was cool because it can throw fire. It has some ranged attacks, right? So I was like, that's good news. At least I'm helpful in that way. I also did happen to pick up an ancient sword of, I think, chilling when I was in the tunnels with all of the dead people. So I was using that on the dragon. The dragon's, goes back up into the sky, shoots more fire down. I guess he's hanging up there as long as he can afford to hang up there, and then he lands periodically, just because his little wings get tired. But he's burning these guards, and I'm like, whoa, that's crazy. I'm so glad I wasn't standing there, so glad I didn't catch on fire. And then I did. I did catch on fire. It was really painful. Don't recommend it. Don't do it. Anyways, we're fighting for our lives, and I'm like, dude, I gotta finish this thing. And so I run at the dragon, and I'm just hoping for the best. And I take a swing, and like something clicks in me that I did not know was there. It was crazy. Genuinely, I do not understand how I did that. But, gets weirder still. Because the dragon is sitting there, his corpse, and all of his flesh just starts peeling off him and, like, flying into the air. And I'm like, what is the air quality like here? Have I been breathing that in? What is this? Anyways, apparently I absorbed the soul of the dragon. That was not on my 2026 vision board, but we're doing it. And all the guards are like, oh, you're a dragonborn, you're a dragonborn. They're like, shout at us, shout at us. And I'm like, shout at you. And they're like, just say something. And so I kind of just yelled at them, and it was crazy. So it turns out I'm like the stuff of legend. And I would say this book tour is going really well. Feeling pretty good about it. Excited to see what day 6 has for us. Bye. Oh, you're still here. I see. Well, if that's the case, then might I suggest hitting that like button, that subscribe button, and checking out these videos. It's just a thought.